Friends, family, subscribers to the YouTube channel, Adventuring with the S.G.O.C.C. A number of people have inquired to me what the S.G.O.C.C. stands for. It stands for the Shooting Gallery of Cochise County, a business I started in November of 2019. Bad timing. Here's essentially what it is. It's a first of its kind private shooting club wherein the customer uses my guns for their shoot. They can book a 3-gun or a 4-gun shoot. They pay for their ammunition. I take care of everything else. Eye protection, hearing protection, bench rests, range attendant, make sure their magazines are filled, targets, everything. We'll even pick them up at their motel and take them out to the range. So what separates us is that the customer cannot bring their own firearms. They're essentially joining our private shooting club for the duration of their shoot. At the end of their shoot, they're no longer a member of the club. They can return as many times as they like. They can book a couples or a event through their church or service organization, what have you. We purposefully went out and got some very interesting guns. The idea was that you, the shooter, even though you may have guns of your own, you may not have the guns we have. And so you would book a shoot, choose either 3 or 4 guns, and we'd book a time. The shoot lasts for 2 hours. Plus or minus, we don't have a stopwatch. For the 3-gun selection, you get a half an hour firearms safety, how to behave on the range, how to treat guns, care and feeding of your firearms so they don't get cranky. The 4-gun selection is the same thing, but the half an hour safety briefing is a little bit more compact. We've done a few shoots. I also sold a franchise to a couple that had just retired out of the Air Force up in Colorado. And this was in late 2020. Didn't really know what to charge them. So we have unlimited use 1-year certificates. So if you wanted to go out quite a lot, or if you had a business that wanted to offer this to your employees, you would buy one of these. We'd put your name and date it and all that kind of stuff. And you can essentially go out once a week. So 52 times. And if you're on the 3-gun selection plan, that's $150 times 52. So it's a great deal more than what we charge. So I charged the couple in Colorado, I charged them 1.5 times what that unlimited membership certificate costs. What I included in that was the whole layout of how I started the Shooting Gallery Cochise County, what it entails. Then I worked with them over the computer and by phone to help them navigate through their local bureaucracy, because here's the thing, okay? And I'm still amazed. When I put this all together and filed with the state of Arizona, I wanted to be able to conduct a shoot anywhere in the state of Arizona, either in the desert or at any shooting range in the state. And because it's the first of its kind, they really had no category to put me in. So after many phone calls, a lot of faxing on my part to them exactly what we did, they eventually ended up, after 2 months, grouping me for insurance purposes as an entertainment company. In their words, we are on par with a mobile DJ because the document that I created as a hold harmless release that each customer has to sign is so ironclad that we look out for the customer's safety, but they're not going to sue me because a piece of hot brass dropped in their shirt. A lot of things are explained in it. So the state of Arizona classifies me as an entertainment company. Well, us, because now my brother's involved. I gave him half of the company. So what that does for his insurance is we are a private shooting club licensed to conduct shoots anywhere in the state of Arizona, and the insurance I pay is $74 a year because we're an entertainment company. It's fabulous. So I helped the couple in Colorado navigate through all that, and their insurance is a little bit more because Colorado is that side of your body leaning. But it's not too bad. I think they're paying just short of $1,000, but they're doing a lot more business. The other thing we have is we have all the paperwork to fill out. The commandant at Fort Huachuca, through some conversations and sending paperwork back and forth, has authorized us, once we get the paperwork finished, to have the use of Range C. I think the designation has been changed to Range 4 now. I'm not positive. But the caveat is some of our firearms are not allowed on base, even to conduct a shoot. The 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum revolver, nope. The 6.5 Creedmoor sniper's rifle, the Moriarty arms, nope. Couple of others, but in our inventory, we can conduct a shoot out on Fort Huachuca. The whole reason I designed this company and set it up the way I did was that I used to drive for Uber, and with the proximity of the fort, I would say 90% of my business was the soldiers out on base. Well, I got to talking with a couple, and then more and more, and all those recruits for the intelligence classes that cycle through here every, I think it's 3 months, but it might be 14 weeks. I don't know. They're limited to base only activities for the first month, I think. There's not a whole lot for them to do. I think there's a bowling alley and a venue for showing movies. That's about it. But they have all those shooting ranges on base. They're not allowed to bring any firearm when they come for the classes. So I thought, hey, maybe if I offered them a way to go shooting using my guns, might generate some business. And I talked to a great many of them. I probably talked to 1,000 of the soldiers. What guns they would like to shoot, what they would like to see, what their expectations were for cost. And we took a couple of them out to the Sierra Vista range. It was funny because their initial purchase of .223 ammunition for 2 of our AR-15s, this one fella, it was a young man and a young lady who went out, both currently part of the United States Army. He thought 200 rounds in .223 was going to be enough. Now each gun you choose, they chose 3, you get about a half an hour, which is you get 20-25 minutes out on the range with the range master before he calls stop. So he thought 200 rounds was going to be fine for him and his young lady. And they cycled through that 200 rounds because we've got plenty of extra magazines. We had him all loaded up. He cycled through that 200 rounds in about 7 minutes, leaving no more ammunition for his young lady to use. So we kind of have an idea of how much ammunition each customer is going to cycle through. Um, you're not just going to keep exchanging magazines. You're going to want to dial in and try to get your shots where they need to shoot to on the targets. We have spotters optics. We're pretty set up. And the last couple that we took out, they chose 30-06 big game rifle. It has optics, but I didn't think they were going to do that because they're very new to firearms. They have since purchased a gun, and they both really got a kick out of shooting a 30-06. We took the Ruger American, and it's got I think it's a 20 power scope on it, but it is match grade. And they got a big kick out of that. I expected them to go through 40 rounds between the two of them in their half an hour allotted time. And they didn't do 40. I think they went like 25 rounds because they were really paying attention, trying to get their shots sighted in, and were very thorough. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't just go out to the range and cycle through magazines and throw off as much rounds as you can. That's not practice. That's not trying to get yourself better. That's just entertaining yourself with the shooting gallery of Cochise County. More to follow. We really appreciate all of our new YouTube channel subscribers. This has been a Fun Brothers production.